Hello, I'm Warning Coordination Meteorologist Todd Shea with the La Crosse National Weather Service, and today we're just looking at our operations area here at our office in the La Crosse area. Our facility operates 24 hours a day. We're continuously monitoring weather conditions for 28 counties, including much of southeastern Minnesota, parts of northeastern Iowa, and central and western Wisconsin. Typically in our operations area we always have at least 2 people monitoring weather conditions and on a continuous weather watch looking for hazardous or significant weather in addition to the routine duties that we do. We have some desks here that are geared towards watching what we call short-term weather concerns, which would be the next 24 hours or so. They might be monitoring satellite conditions and trends in ongoing forecasts and making any updates that are needed to the forecast during the next 24 hours or so. In one corner we have dedicated long-range forecasts where a person focuses on what's going to be happening the next 7 days and putting together the public forecasts, which would include things like high and low temperatures, cloud cover, and chances of precipitation. Kind of in our back corner we have a data support desk area where we typically monitor river conditions, river flows, and any forecasts or associated warnings with that are disseminated from there. We also collect rainfall and snowfall reports from that area and handle a lot of public requests such as telephone requests and data requests for the area. Also, we maintain our weather radio broadcasts via computer in the office here, but that gentleman, that particular person working would maintain that, make sure that everything's running smoothly. And we kind of have for the rest of our facility, probably at least half of our space here is dedicated to severe weather operations, where we'd have a person dedicated working at a workstation and interrogating thunderstorms. A series of other staff members would be working in these areas then to support that and give them enough information to issue ample warnings, perhaps talk to storm spotters and pass along some storm reports in real time. Okay, we're going to look a little bit more at one of our primary severe weather desks. And again, if we had severe thunderstorms taking place, we would have a radar meteorologist dedicated to this workstation and watching live radar data and making those warning decisions based on not only the radar information but what type of storm spotter reports are coming in. The workstations that we have available to us have several different panels and screens that we can call up a very large variety of weather data. For example, satellite information of what's happening on a satellite in the area, satellite view from the upper Midwest, so we can quickly look at changes in storm systems coming through, watch storm systems evolve or move on out of the area. When it comes to severe weather operations, we use the Doppler radar information quite extensively, and this would be an example of a live radar shot. Obviously no severe thunderstorms on it at the moment, but if we happen to see a severe thunderstorm and decided to put a warning out, either based on its intensity or actual reports coming in from a spotter, we've got another little program kind of in addition to what we're looking at here that starts up. We locate our storm and kind of locate where it was at about 20 minutes or so. And as you can see, the workstation kind of focuses on an area that a potential warning might go out for. Once we're happy with the area we've selected for a warning and chose the type of warning, what report we got from spotters and so on, we basically create the warning, and the warning comes up in a different system here, all set to go severe thunderstorm warning for the county that we've selected on the other screens, and has the information that we've gathered from spotters, so we can send it out and instantly it goes on to weather radio, goes out to radio and television sites, the internet, kind of fans out through the public. This is our communications area. We have dedicated to mainly severe weather communications in our office. Obviously a very key role in passing along severe weather information, both in warning form or storm spotter reports. So we have a series of different equipment to communicate with, obviously the standard telephone, We also have a party line phone system called NWS, which is an acronym for National Warning System. It's a direct phone line to agencies like the State Patrol District offices in the states, basically warning centers, and in some areas individual county drops. So we can pick one of these up and talk directly with the State Patrol in Rochester, for example. And that's what we do when we put a warning out for the region here. We also have, probably most interested, a couple of dual band ham radios here, 2-meter radios. We have one radio here that's connected to a vertical whip antenna that we primarily use for more localized communications. And then one radio here that's dedicated to a beam antenna with an amplifier so that we can hit area repeaters around us from Rochester down through Cresco and Decorah, Iowa, and all the way out to central Wisconsin and back. So we typically in a severe weather episode, depending on where the weather is focusing, we would shift the beam around and try to pass along what we could on that repeater in the area. So again, two dual band radios dedicated to that. And typically we would either have a National Weather Service staff member who might be licensed operating here, or a volunteer from the local amateur radio club in the La Crosse area here that would come up and handle some of the communication aspects for us. To support that, we have a screen here that's drop off of our workstations that we can look at live radar data just as we showed in the other views. For example, this radar loop here, to help us, again, keep spotter groups informed on the amateur radio side or other. We can also switch to standard PC setup where we have UIView running, or APRS, so that we can monitor incoming reports from that or local weather stations, however we want to use APRS. We've used the software to using, I think it's the NWS GET program that overlays radar data right on there for us. Going down the line here, we have some point-to-point or VHF radios that we can talk to direct links with some communities or counties. We have one in Minnesota and one in Wisconsin. The Minnesota one that's here is the radio we typically talk to Olmsted County Emergency Operations Center, EOC, on, which of course is linked with a lot of the fire departments and other counties in southeastern Minnesota. We've got a microphone for that here. We also have a split for this so that we can talk to Olmsted County EOC and surrounding areas at the radar warning desk that we talked a little bit about earlier. And then another telephone and a set of workstations here, again, in support of communications. Now we're back in our mainframe computer room of our facility, and these are the mainframes that drive a lot of the servers and workstations that we have out in our operations area. The first row of computers here, which is probably the most extensive, is our data servers for our workstations out there, which are known as the Advanced Weather Interactive Processing Systems, or AWIPS. A lot of acronyms, in the government. So, these are AWIPS workstations, or servers, I should say, that drive all the workstations in the operations area. And then the next row back, we have another row of mainframes that do the radar processing. So when radar data comes in from the tower, the back of our facility outside, it goes through a first level of processing in this particular room, and then that data is fanned out to not only our computers, but the rest of the National Weather Service, and eventually on to the public and the media. A lot of our PC networks and everything for our facility networked out of here with false floor, and our facility has backup power in case we do take a power strike. We also have other backups built into the system that if our whole facility were hit by a severe storm, tornado, a neighboring National Weather Service office could take over in a somewhat degraded mode, but would still be able to accomplish a lot of the same things.